Alright, I'm just coming here with my 2010 MLB predictions. I guess we'll just go left to right, top to bottom. We got the AL East first. Obviously, the money would say to go with the Red Sox and Yankees. But, I mean, that's no fun. So I'm just going to say the Rays. Do I think the Rays will win the division? Probably not, but it's no fun to take the Yankees and Red Sox. So I'm going to go with the Rays. That's just more fun. Toronto should finish fourth. They're actually a pretty good team. Their offense is really good. And they have a lot of really good young pitchers. Baltimore's not good. They'll finish in last. NL East. Again, Phillies division to lose. Obviously, they only got better, I would say, from last year, and they got to the World Series. Atlanta's pretty solid. The Marlins are pretty good. The Mets have health issues again, and the Nationals will finish in last. So I'd probably say Phillies, Braves, Marlins, Mets for that top four in the NL East. AL Central. I'm a White Sox fan, so obviously I'm going to pick the White Sox to win. And I think I have legitimate reasons why. I think all the top three teams in the AL Central have major flaws. I just think the White Sox are the least flawed. They have the best starting rotation. Top four are really solid. Good bullpen. Their biggest question is the offense. It's basically going to come down to Carlos Quentin and Alex Rios and Andrew Jones. If those guys can produce anywhere, decent numbers, they should win the division, I think, relatively easily. A lot of people picking the Twins. It's like, Joe Nathan's out, and like, oh, they have John Roush. But most people don't realize that John Roush has 26 career saves, and 23 of them were with the Nationals. So it's not like he is I wouldn't say he's an established closer. I mean, they have other good guys in their pen, like Matt Guerrero is a stud, but I just don't think Roush is going to be as good as everyone thinks he is. His career ERA is like 3.8, so that's definitely something that I think a lot of people are not looking at completely when they look at the Twins bullpen. And I think the Tigers have a lot of, besides Verlander, their rotation is questionable. And their offense, you lose Granderson and Polanco. I think Polanco's going to be a bigger hit than a lot of people think. He's a really good hitter. Very solid baseball player. And I think that would hurt them. So I'd say probably in the Indians. Apparently Fausto Carmona is looking pretty good, but they're still not that good. They have a lot of holes, and same with the Royals, besides Greinke. So I'd say Sox 1, Twins and Tigers battling for second and third, and then the Royals and Indians probably bringing up the rear. NL Central, definitely the Cardinals division to lose. Let's see, get that in there. Yeah, Cardinals division to lose. They're the best team in that division. I'd say, I don't want to say easily, but I think they're definitely the best team in that division. Pirates are definitely, I shouldn't say definitely, but probably going to finish in last again. And I'd say it's a battle between Milwaukee, Cincinnati, and Chicago for second. All these teams have big holes. Cubs have holes on offense and pitching wise. The Reds, their pitching staff is extremely young. They have a pretty good offense. Their pitching staff is very young and a lot really unproven. And the Brewers have really, outside of Braun and Fielder, who's going to produce for them on offense, and the pitching staff isn't that decorated outside of Gallardo, and he's still pretty young too. So I definitely say it's the battle for second in the NL Central. AL West. A lot of people are going against the Angels, and I think that is a bad decision. Everyone's like, everyone's jumping on the Mariners and Rangers bandwagon, but I, for one, am not. The Rangers' rotation is not good. Rich Harden is their number 2 pitcher this year, so their rotation, if Rich Harden's your number 2 in a fly ball pitcher's park, you're going to have some problems, I think. And the Mariners, I'm not sold on their offense with that rotation besides the top 2, and Lee's starting the season on the DL. So obviously, who knows how long that bleak problem will last. And their three pitchers, Ian Snell. Like, I feel like on a good team, Ian Snell would not be a three pitcher. Oakland probably is going to finish fourth. They're really young, like always. But the Angels' offense is just awesome. They're good at every position. Their biggest question mark is Brandon Wood, their third baseman for the year to start out, but he has a ton of power. So, and they have other options too on their bench. Myceris Turris, I believe, is on their bench. He could play there, and I'm sure they have options in the minor leagues. They're one of the best minor league organizations in baseball. But I'm definitely taking the Angels first, and then probably Texas and Seattle battling for second, and then Oakland in last. NL West is tricky. I think it's gonna be pretty close. Besides the Padres aren't gonna be good. I don't think. I don't know too much about the NL West. I know the Padres are bad. They'll probably finish in last. Arizona will probably finish in second to last unless Brandon Webb can come back healthy. And then if they have a pretty good offense, and then if you have Webb and Herron 1-2, that'll win you some games out there. I still think it's the Dodgers' division to lose, even though their pitching staff is kind of like some other teams. They're really young. Oh, there's my screensaver. Their pitching staff's really young, but their offense is really good again. And the Rockies and Giants. Giants are just, I don't know. Their offense isn't good, and it's like Kane and Lincecum. After that, they don't really have. I mean, Sanchez is pretty good. Zito's okay, but just, I don't know. Just not sold on that. With their offense. So I'm gonna say for that division, the Dodgers are gonna win it, and then probably Rockies second, Giants third, D-backs fourth, Padres fifth. So then out of that, we the division winners to recap: Rays, White Sox, Angels, Dodgers, Cardinals, and Phillies. Playoffs, I mean, obviously that's impossible to predict. I could get all 8 teams, or those 6 teams wrong. But or for the wild cards, obviously I'd say the second place team in the AL East probably has the best chance of winning the wild card in the AL. And then for the NL, the Braves are pretty good. They probably have a pretty good chance. And it may like the runner-up to NL West, but I don't know. It's tough to say the NL is just not as good as the AL this year, or it hasn't been for the last however many years. So, but then postseason, obviously I like the White Sox just with that starting rotation, and if their offense is good enough to get to the postseason, I think their rotation is going to be good enough for them to win it all. So that's pretty much it. Please don't comment if you're just going to say how stupid my opinion is. So, but if you make a legitimate argument, I'll listen to it. But if you're just going to comment and say I'm an idiot, please don't. So, that's it. Until later. See ya.